On this shit, it's like, you know how I feel? Starvation. If I fall off,
So also too though, I'm gonna take the ignorant shit too. If you got them,
I'm gonna play some of that.
You know what I mean?
An underlying connection refers to a fundamental, primary, or hidden relationship or network structure that supports, powers, or links other entities. So in this case, we have the underlying connection between J.Cole's The Fall Off and Kieth's Fall Off, aka his demise. And with all things considered, we have to factor in the numerology as well as the timing, because things occur when it comes to the underlying connection based off of how it connects with the timing. So in the release of The Fall Off, you don't know what's coming in regards to the underlying connection with Kieth, because it's just in the immediate. You know, it's not obvious. And that's what the underlying connection does. It doesn't give you the obvious until you connect the dots, you put the pieces together when it comes to the pattern. And that's what we're going to do in regards to the underlying connection, because with all things considered, it's glaring. So let's just get into it. As you can see here with the underlying conveyance or underlying connection, this is the album cover for J. Cole's The Fall Off. What you see here represents what Kieth is known for. What is he known for? He's known to produce songs. This right here illustrates production. But no one is sitting at the table. Why? Because it represents his death. It represents Kieth's death. Not on the outset in regards to overtly, but when it comes to the underlying connection, where it's not obvious at first glance, but you put the pieces together. Because of all things considered in regards to the number 29, number 99, number 39, we're going to get more into that. But this represents what was imminent in regards to what happened subsequent to this, which was Kieth's death. You see the image right here representing someone not sitting in a chair of what their profession is, that being producing, being on the boards, the NPCs, so on and so forth. You don't see a producer in the chair. Obviously on the surface it represents J. Cole because he did beats, but on an underlying connection it represents Kieth. That's what it represents. That's what it represents. And just when it comes to like Drake is factored in as well. On the Iceman album, which, you know, Kieth is all over that album, he talks about production in regards to like BPM. Now that's a sly reference, but it matters because of the underlying connection. Because it's similar to what happened, I think it was 2 years ago or a year ago, where Hulk Hogan died. And on a song for Some Sexy Songs for You, he references ripping the shirt like Hulk Hogan, RIP me, they gonna RIP me like Hulk Hogan. And this was before he died. So it just lets you know that these underlying connections, they're potent. They really, it's glaring. Now, remember how we talked about the number 99 and how it communicates also as number 29. But with the number 99 representing finality, completion in regards to the transitioning into cycles, because it comes before the number 100. Kieth, when it comes to gematria in regards to the Kabbalistic system in which you have names communicated as numbers, it's glaring and it means something. It's significant to the powers at large, because these things have a lot to do with numbers. So Kieth and the ordinal is 99. And then you have the reduction as 36, which is, we already know what that means. And then the reverse is 117. 1 plus 17 is 18. And that was the day that he died, on the 18th of June. Right? So all these things, when it comes to how you consider and factor in, it makes sense with what's at hand. And when it comes to the underlying connection, 99. In my last video, I talked about J. Cole, where before his album, you know, he had that mixtape, and on the last song, it was 99 build. 99. The reason why you don't have like attributes and games that come to 100 is because of the esoteric significance of the number 99, meaning completion, finality, in regards to the transitioning of a new beginning to a new beginning. So that's what 99 represents, and that's why Kieth was sacrificed. And that's what was the communication on The Fall Off with 29. It represented 99, just as it matched up with the song that came before the Fall Off, which was 99 Build, the precursor to the Fall Off. The Fall Off is an allusion, a thinly veiled allusion to Take Keith. Fall Off, Death, the album cover where no one is sitting at the chair at the, the table with, the production boards and whatnot, with the production equipment. Producing, Take Keith, super producer. Is obviously an allusion to that, just on a thinly veiled level. Now, what was the second intro to J. Cole's The Fall Off? 39 intro. That was the second intro. And the number 39 comes to the reduction in regards to Nashville, where Take Keith died. It's obvious that that was an allusion to it, and they do this all the time, these celebrities. They do this all the time. They just have to pick up on it when it comes to the communicative element, the way they communicate and the numerology that's disseminated. Also, with Look Alive being the first song that he produced, on a major scale. Look Alive with Drake being on the song. 39, just like Nashville comes to 39. Look Alive, alive being the opposite of, what would take place with Keith in regards to his demise. Look alive. All these things is purposeful. And also, he died on the same day that XXX died, which was 6/18. And that also revolved around Drake as well, the Scorpion, the Serpent. 6/18. If you listen to the Scorpion, the song I'm Upset gives you an understanding of that. Right? So, Take Keith, XXX has a song called Look at Me, which was his breakout hit, and Look Alive was Take Keith's breakout hit in regards to production. So the similarities are glaring and everything just makes sense. Drake, 39, as well as 96 Reverse Ordinal, 69 God. 96 and 69 are interchangeable. So it's a reason why Kendrick Lamar even refers to him as the 69 God. And we see the reverse reduction 33. We already know what 33 represents. This is why Drake is so powerful in the entertainment industry. Part of the reason why. So 39 is significant just when it comes to the commonalities with, Look Alive and Look at Me. Look Alive and Nashville, as well as J. Cole and how he plays a part when it comes to the underlying connection. Now, when you think about the Memphis Grizzlies, you have to consider the number 29 as well as Brandon Clark. Memphis Grizzlies are the 29th team created in the NBA. 29. Brandon Clark played on the Memphis Grizzlies. Take Keith is from the state in which the Memphis Grizzlies play. And he died at the age of 29, just like Brandon Clark. Brandon Clark is also from Canada, like Drake. So remember, all things considered. All things considered. And look out for the Grizzlies in the NBA draft, as well as something that may happen with the Grizzlies over the summer, because, it's just, it's something suspicious. Not in like a negative way, but just something makes me think that, something big is going to happen for the Memphis Grizzlies in some type of way. So just to emphasize underlying more, because it's really important. Because these are the things that they utilize in regards to what they communicate. So an underlying meaning refers to a hidden, implicit, or foundational message that isn't immediately obvious. So when it comes to what we saw with the Fall Off in regards to the hidden message, obviously it wasn't something that we were able to pick up on until we saw what connected with it, just if you can pick up on it. Just when it comes to everything considered, the numbers, the elements of certain people that's connected with it. When it comes to a J. Cole or a Drake or a Sexy Red, all these things you have to consider. But just when it comes to the underlying connection between J. Cole and Take Keith, it's obvious that the Fall Off, not on a surface level, but just on a, an underlying level, was an allusion to Take Keith's death. It just was. It's obvious, especially when it comes to the album cover.